The three signs that you aren't being fully authentic. Number one is this: people pleasing. I'm going to let that sit. Are you a people pleaser? Do you find yourself doing things so that other people, solely so that other people will be pleased with you? I'm gonna tell a quick story. I grew up in Connecticut, born and raised in Danbury, Connecticut, and grew up to two Haitian parents. All right, and I remember after graduating high school, I told my mom, I'm not going to college. Now, if you're Haitian, you probably understand the conversation that came next. But if you're not, let me explain what came next. Basically, she told me about myself and how that I was going to college and how I had to figure things out. And I'm just like, man, no, I don't think I want to go to college. I don't know that that's the path for me right now. I was about to just start embarking on doing hip hop and Christian hip hop and all of those things. And I was just like, man, I'd rather kind of take this route than to do that. But at the same time, I wanted to make my mom happy. I wanted to please my mom. And I know one of the things, especially growing up with minority parents, it's just like they come from another country and they work super hard and they're trying to give you this opportunity. So I wanted to work hard and I wanted to please my mom. I wanted my mom to be pleased with me. So I eventually capitulated. Subtly, I capitulated and I filled out a college application to go to this one college or whatever the case may be. Super late. It was a community college and all of that. And what wound up happening was, I remember as the weeks kind of came closer and closer and closer and closer, I was just like, man, I just really know this is not for me. Like, I know this is not for me. Just maybe in the timing, this is not for me. I've now come to realize that I do love to learn and I'm all about extra education and all of that. Just at that time, it wasn't for me. It was not for me. So I came to this real place where I'm just like, man, I'm going to have to make a decision here on whether or not I am about to, I'm 18 now. I'm about to go out on my own. I'm about to start my own life. Am I about to make a decision based off of trying to please my mom, or am I going to make the decision that I feel like is best for me? Now, let me learn you something here real quick. I understand that I could have been making a mistake. I understand that that things could have not worked out or could have went another way or whatever the case may be. I understand that she had my best interests at heart. But in that moment, I had to decide for myself, was I going to live authentically into what I felt like my path was, or was I going to capitulate to what I thought she wanted my path to be? So, long story short, it was about time to come up on that day to start the first day of school. And let me tell you something. I didn't even know when the first day of school was because I did not step a foot in that place. I didn't step a foot in that place. I didn't try to get books. I didn't try to book classes. I didn't try to do nothing. I had made up my mind and I said, this is just something. I love Mom. I know this is probably going to disappoint you right now, but I'm going to have to kind of walk this path out. So, as we talk about signs of you being fully authentic, 3 signs that you probably aren't being fully authentic. People pleasing. Are you a people pleaser? Do you find yourself pleasing others and putting others' needs and wants above yours consistently? All right, there's going to be some of that in navigating within relationships or whatever the case may be, but do you constantly find yourself doing that? Then you may be a people pleaser. All right, now that's the first sign. The second sign that you aren't being fully authentic. Again, this is not just one of these signs make this thing to be true. There's multiple signs, but this is just some of the ones I want to key in on right now. And the second one is lying. Do you find yourself constantly lying to others? Right? Do you find yourself constantly telling small little lies, telling small little fibs here, whatever the case may be here. See, lying to others creates a wall between you and the other person, right? So no one really knows who you are when you're lying to someone. So you're creating and crafting this world, and it could be to the smallest lie of, hey man, do you like this movie? And because everybody else is saying they like the movie, now you're gonna say you like the movie. Now they bring you along for the movie, and you're really mad at them because they're bringing you along for the movie, but you don't want to be there for the movie because you don't really like the movie, but you try to be a good friend. But then now they're gonna invite you to the biggest premiere or whatever the case may be. Like it can turn into more and more and more. So do you find yourself constantly lying and creating false little worlds of what people now think is a reality, right? Do you find yourself lying? That's the second thing I want us to look at as a possible sign that we're not being fully authentic to ourselves. And the third thing I want us to look at is this. Are you forging your own path, or are you forging a path that someone else has forged for you? Right? Are you forging your own path, or are you simply doing what has been laid out for you without question? Now, it's not bad to follow a path if one has been etched for you and that's the path you want to be on. But it is a question if it's not actually the path that you want to be on, right? If you find yourself living a life and making life choices based off of insecurity rather than your true purpose, like those are the signs that you are not forging your own path. If you find yourself just settling for what one says the normal conventional path is, whether it comes to going to school or whether it comes to the job that you work or whether it comes to the business that you start or whatever it is, like, are you forging that path for yourself, or are you just basing what you're doing based off of someone else, or how you think someone else may feel, or how you think this will make you look to someone else? All right. And this, again, talking about growing up in a minority family, this can be bestowed upon you just by accident. I feel like it can be bestowed upon anyone. But again, like I said, with my parents, I remember them, like I said, coming from Haiti, sacrificing a lot, working super hard, trying to put me in the best position. So sometimes I felt like, man, I just got to follow the plan that you have laid out for me, which was go to school, then go to college, become a doctor, lawyer, this or that, whatever the case may be. And again, they had the best intentions, but it just was not me. It wasn't me. So embracing our true selves involves recognizing some of these patterns and making some conscious efforts to align our actions with our genuine values and our desires.